You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
You're planning a vacation, an escape from the day-to-day routine of everyday life. You're looking forward to getting pampered in some sunbathed tropical island getaway, surrounded by cool, balmy breezes with the soothing, relaxing sounds of calypso music playing distantly in the warm island air. Doesn't it sound wonderful? Well, don't leave your pets at home. They want to go too. Welcome to Travel Tales, the show where you'll get great travel ideas on perfect places for you and your pet. From Paris to paradise, south of the border to the South Seas, Travel Tales will give you cool tips on fun vacation destinations to travel with your pet, pet-friendly hotels, and advice on how to travel safely and happily with your furry best friends. So get ready to pack the bags and the bones with your Travel Tales host, Janine Franceschi.
Hello and welcome to Pet Life Radio. I'm Janine Franceschi, your host, and you've joined us today as we record an installment of our special series for Travel Tales called Luxury Digs. Being in the doghouse never felt so good. On Luxury Digs, we'll tell you all about the things that Beau is my 65-pound Irish setter, and he and I are traveling across country to promote our new website, which is pet-friendly accommodations worldwide and can be found on the web at www.luxurypaw.com. Paw is the only online hotel booking engine that exclusively features luxury 4-star or higher rated pet-friendly hotel properties for online booking. So you can go right to our site, search for hotels that are in the area that you want to visit. You can sort your hotel results by pet weight restriction, which is huge if you travel with a large dog. We're going to tell you right up front with a size icon whether or not this hotel that you've chosen will accommodate you and your large pet or what their restrictions are. And it's really a very different site than anything else that's out there, so please check it out and use it. Again, welcome. And we'll be right back. We've been in Chicago for 10 days and have a lot to tell you. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Attention passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat backs and sleeping pets in their full upright position, and prepare for takeoff. Travel Tales will be zooming back with more great travel tips right after this. Do you love your dog? Then you'll love feeding him mouth-watering, all-natural treats, lovingly handmade by a professional caterer who wanted the very best for her dogs. Make no mistake about it, these are not ordinary dog treats. These are doggy delights, like breakfast banana biscotti, honey bear peanut butter balls, yummy apple cinnamon mini cakes, and so much more. Your dog will howl in delight. And now you can get a scrumptious sample pack by going to dingersdogtreats.com. It's a $25 value, yours for just $9.95 through this special radio offer. That's DINGERS, dingersdogtreats.com. Every one of these gourmet doggy treats is handmade from the finest ingredients and taste tested on our own dogs. Your dog will love them. Get $25 worth of doggy delights now for just $9.95. Go to dingersdogtreats.com now. That's DINGERS, dingersdogtreats.com. Yum. School's in session on Pet Life Radio with Teacher's Pet. Learn how to communicate with your pet, train your pet, and see the world from your pet's point of view. You may even learn a few tricks yourself. Teacher's Pet, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Attention passengers, we are now approaching our final destination. The weather is sunny and warm. Ocean temperature is a balmy 80 degrees for those of you wishing to doggy paddle. Please exit to the front and see our activities directors on your way out. Have a pleasant stay.
Welcome back to Pet Life Radio. I'm Janine Franceschi, your host, and you've joined us today for Luxury Digs. Being in the doghouse never felt so good. And as I mentioned in the introduction, Beau and I have been in Chicago for 10 days. And boy, I loved Chicago. I'd never been there. And it was really, really fun city. It was incredibly pet-friendly in ways that I didn't expect it to be. And it was not so pet-friendly in ways that I expected it would be. So it was a really interesting experience to go there. All in all, very pet-friendly city. But when it came to doing activities, a lot of things that I wouldn't expect to be pet-friendly were, and a lot of the things that we've been able to do in other cities, like shop at Saks Fifth Avenue and Tiffany's and Macy's and Bloomingdale's, that we've been able to do in every other city that we visited, we couldn't do in Chicago. They just kind of across the board had a no pets policy in the stores. So it was very interesting in that respect. But one of the things that we were able to do, that we've never been able to do in any of the other locations, was we were able to take the Gray Line bus tour, which you find in, all the major cities. You can take a bus tour of the city, and you buy a ticket for the day, and you can get on and off at any one of the stops. There are something like 45 different stops that you can get off and investigate the city and then get back on the bus and go to the next stop, all at your own pace. And we've never been able to do anything like that. And in Chicago, we can. So the Gray Line bus tours the tourist tours were fantastic. One of the other things that was really great is between the Lake Michigan, and the river, there were many, many boat cruises that were pet-friendly, which I was very surprised and pleased to find out about. Mercury Canine Cruises on Mercury Avenue and Wacker Drive, and that's www.mercuryskylinecruiseline.com, has river cruises that are pet-friendly for well-behaved, leashed pets. Sea Dog Cruises are out off of Navy Pier, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but that's 600 East Grand Avenue in Chicago, and that's www.seadogcruises.com. And these are speedboat cruises that are pet-friendly for well-behaved pets on Lake Michigan. And then there was another one that was really, really great, which was Shoreline Sightseeing Tours. And that's Ogden Pier, which is off of Navy Pier. And those are architectural tours by water, and they're pet-friendly for well-behaved leashed pets. And I don't have a website for them, but their number is 312-222-9328. So we were really able to do a lot of kind of touristic things that we have not been able to do in other cities. So that was really a great thing. We stayed in 5 fabulous hotels. And the Windy City was a whirlwind. We were there for 10 days, but we moved hotels every 2 nights. So we were in and out, but they were really great. The first hotel where we stayed was the Hard Rock Hotel in Chicago, and that's 230 North Michigan Avenue in Chicago. So it's right downtown. And this hotel is really everything that kind of comes to mind when you think Hard Rock Hotel. It's sleek and hip and dark and sexy and, everything you expect a Hard Rock to be. It's located a few blocks from the lake and a couple of blocks from the river. And at the kind of beginning of the Magnificent Mile shopping area, there's an additional fee of $50 per stay. And Hard Rock is in the process of really developing and creating their pet program. Currently, they don't offer any pet welcome amenity or any pet-centric accessories, so no food and water bowls, no beds, no toys, no blankets, things like that. So bring what you think your pet will need to be comfortable and happy as a guest. Because of the lack of the pet program, we've awarded the Hard Rock 2 paws up. But I really think that we'll have to be amending that rating fairly soon because they are, as I said, in the process and they're on it. And I just think it's probably going to be a fantastic program. So call and ask them if they've, developed their program by the time that you want to book a room. They had fantastic guest amenities, complimentary internet access, complimentary business center, printing and faxing, and there's a China grill restaurant on site. So that was really great. And it was a very rock and roll atmosphere. So it was a lot of fun in a great location. Another hotel that we went to, we stepped out of the city for 2 nights and went to Evanston, Illinois, and we stayed at the Hotel Orrington, which has no size restriction for the pet. There is an additional $50 fee per stay for the pet, and there's a minimal welcome amenity, no pet-related concierge. The hotel is a member of Preferred Hotels and Resorts and a 4-diamond AAA-rated property. It is a fantastic, fantastic spot to stay if you are visiting your favorite Northwestern University student. This is very close to Northwestern. And, even though they want to see you, boy, would they be thrilled to see the dog. And the dog is more than welcome at this hotel. There's a little bowl of water out front and a bowl of treats, and everybody there was really, really very nice. Again, the pet amenity is, about a 2 paws up level. It's not extravagant. It's food and water bowl and a little tiny bag of treats, but very, very sweet and very accommodating. And I think if you go to visit your college student at Northwestern and you bring the dog, they will be so happy. And when we were there in Chicago, in Evanston, at the Orrington Hotel, we found our extravagant indulgence for the week. And I have this rule that if you hear the message 3 times, then you're supposed to listen. And I received a call long ago when I was booking this trip from someone who said, I work with this woman. Her name is Dr. Kim Ogden. She's an animal intuitive and, can communicate with animals. And she's in Chicago, and I really think you should meet her. And I didn't take them up on it. I didn't know what my schedule was going to be. It just kind of fell to the wayside. And then we got to Chicago, and we checked into one of these other hotels that I've yet to mention. And when they provided their list of pet-friendly things to do, her name was on the list under activities, Pet Psychic, Dr. Kim Ogden. And I still didn't take it up. I still didn't, seek it out. And I thought, oh, that's interesting, and just kind of let it pass. And then when we checked into the Hotel Orrington, there was a CD called Songs to Make Your Dogs Happy waiting for us, and a little note to call her. Now, she had collaborated with the producers to create the CD of music for your pets, and it's to soothe them. And actually, Beau loved it, I have to say. Beau loved it. There was a song on there called Squeaky Deaky that has the squeaky noise from a pet toy on it, and he went nuts looking for the toy under the bed, looking for it everywhere. So it was really kind of funny. So I thought, okay, there's 3 times her name has come up independently. I really should call this woman. And so I did, and she came to the hotel, and we had a meeting in the lobby, and she was lovely, absolutely lovely. And her website is kimogden.com, KIMOGDEN.com. And she provided Beau with a reading, and I was concerned, you had to come up with one question for her to ask the dog. And so I said, I'm a little concerned. He's not getting enough exercise and running as much as, he would like to be, because from Nantucket, he, runs in the moors every day and runs free and off leash. And I try very hard in every place we go to find him an off leash dog park to run in, but it's completely different than running out in the moors and the fields. And so I said, is he okay with the travel? That was my question. And she intuited with him. She spoke to him and came back and said, no, you don't have to worry about traveling at all. He really, really likes it. He's having a great time. He likes checking out the new rooms every few days. And so I was relieved. And she said, well, we'll ask him if there's anything else that you need to know. And I said, fine. And so she asked him if there was anything else I need to know. And apparently his answer was that, no, life is good. He has no complaints, but that I walk too slow and I drive too fast. She said, do you have a harness? And I said, yes. And she said, well, he gets kind of jerked around in the seat as you're driving with the harness. She said, but it's a good thing he has it on because apparently you drive too fast. So I thought that was really, really, really funny. And she was lovely. So if you need a pet intuitive, give Kim a call because she was really delightful. We will be back after this break and announcement from our sponsors to tell you about the other hotels in Chicago that we stayed in and really, really enjoyed, and our favorite dog park. And stick around. Let's listen to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Attention passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat backs and sleeping pets in their full upright position, and prepare for takeoff. Travel Tales will be zooming back with more great travel tips right after this.
Greetings, human. What planet am I on?
Welcome to Pet Planet. Here's a copy of Pet Planet Magazine, Florida's most informative and fun pet resource magazine. It features heartwarming stories and informative articles from local and national pet experts.
Excellent.
Pet Planet Magazine offers Operation Planet Rescue, helping rescued pets find new homes. And it's available at 500 locations in South and Central Florida and 24/7 on the internet at petplanetmagazine.com. If you're out and about with your pet, you may be featured in Paparazzi, candid pictures of you and your pet. For up-to-date pet-friendly events, activities, and pet-related services and products, Pet Planet Magazine is your final destination.
I shall take this magazine home with me.
Back to your home planet?
No, to my condo in Boca.
Pet Planet Magazine. Check them out at www.petplanetmagazine.com or 352-394-8578. It's out of this world.
Pick up something unique at A Bone to Pick Dog Boutique. A Bone to Pick has cool hip fashions for big and small dogs that will have their tails wagging in style. Cat products too. abone-to-pick.com. Check out our eco-friendly pet products and gifts for humans too. abone-to-pick.com. Get your pet's mouth watering monthly with our Gourmet Treat of the Month Club and join A Bone to Pick's free birthday club for your puppy. abone-to-pick.com. Pick up something special for your best friend at A Bone to Pick. abone-to-pick.com. Get 10% off with coupon code PETLIFE.
There's nothing like a shaggy dog, baby. They're shagadelic. And this is the place to find out how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Oh, yeah. So stop by our pad every week and get switched on, baby. Switched on to the show that's all about attitude. Oh, behave. With your groovy host, pet edutainer Arden Moore. Yeah, baby, yeah. Every week on demand on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Attention passengers, we are now approaching our final destination. The weather is sunny and warm. Ocean temperature is a balmy 80 degrees for those of you wishing to doggy paddle. Please exit to the front and see our activities directors on your way out. Have a pleasant stay.
Hi, welcome back to Pet Life Radio. This is Janine Franceschi, and I am your host today. We are doing a segment called Luxury Digs. Being in the Doghouse never felt so good. And it is a series for Travel Tales where I tell you all about and share with you all of our luxury pet-friendly hotels and activities and resources and things that Beau and I have found to do on our cross-country promotion tour. We are crisscrossing the country in a 2008 Honda Element, which was recently voted Dog Car of the Year. And you can see that on the Honda website, www.honda.com. And it is a fantastic car for the dog. It's absolutely, I couldn't imagine doing as much driving as we do without this car. The entire front seat, passenger side, lies flat, so it makes almost a bed. And the entire interior is a really heavy-duty plastic, so it's really easy to wipe down and keep clean, and the seats are stain-resistant fabric. So it really, I don't know if they created it with pets in mind or children in mind or whatever, but it is a super, super great car, and we are really, really grateful to be driving it across country. We've put almost 5,000 miles on it so far, and being comfortable is just so important when you're putting those kind of miles on the road. Let's go back to telling you a little bit more about some of the hotels that we stayed in when we were in Chicago. The Kimpton chain of hotels, as I've mentioned many times, has a wonderful pet program, really well thought out. It's consistent throughout all of their hotels across the country. So once you've been to a Kimpton hotel, you really know what to expect. You're going to get the pet bed and the food and water bowls and the bag of treats and a little toy for the dog. And it's really everything you need. Sometimes you'll get a mat to put the food and water bowls on. They just do an amazing program. And what's really great is the consistency of it. The program is called Very Important Pets, and they also provide you usually with a list of pet-friendly things to do in the area. So if you need a dog sitter, if you need grooming, if you need things like that, they usually provide a list for you at check-in. So the first one we stayed at was the Hotel Monaco. And this was a lovely hotel, very small little lobby area. The room was very nice size, and it was at 171 West Randolph Street. Now, actually, this is on the same block as the Hard Rock Hotel in Chicago. So the location was great. It was right there on the river, a few blocks to the lake and Millennium Park, and super, super location. And they just couldn't be more accommodating when it comes to pets. They understand how important the pets are to you and how important it is for you that the pets have a good experience. And so they were really wonderful. Kimpton has another hotel in Chicago at 171 West Randolph Street, and that's the Hotel Allegro. And the Allegro was spectacular. The Monaco was nice. In the common spaces, it was lovely. But the Allegro was magnificent. You stepped in the front door, and there was a huge kind of sweetheart staircase in front of you that took you up to the main level of the hotel. And here there was a huge, long, elegant, really kind of sexy lobby with velvet couches and big round ottomans and a fireplace at the end and little conversation nooks. And it was just really well done. And they apparently have just done a renovation there, and they did a beautiful job. Again, because it's Kimpton, has a very well thought out pet program, the very important pets, the VIP pets. And when we checked into this Allegro, Beau's name was out there on the chalkboard, Welcome Beau, as it always is in a Kimpton hotel if you tell them the name of your pet before. And the common areas in this hotel were just stunning, filled with glowing candles in the fireplace and really nicely appointed and furnished rooms. It really was one of our favorites in Chicago, probably our number 2. But the room was smallish, on the smallish side. And I think they compensated for that by making the common spaces so spectacular, because you find that you don't spend a lot of time in the room. You end up downstairs in the communal lobby just meeting people and other guests, and it's really great space. The thing that both the Hotel Allegro and the Hotel Monaco offer to their people guests is a cocktail hour every night from 5 to 6. It's a wine hour in the lobby, and it's really a nice opportunity for you to meet other travelers and other guests of the hotel. Typically where you would meet people, if you were traveling alone, sitting at the bar having dinner or in the restaurant. But with the pet, you can't do that. So you end up ordering in room service more often than you might want to. And this gives you an opportunity to go and mingle and meet other guests, and it's really a nice thing that they offer. Every Kimpton hotel does it. It's an hour wine tasting, and it's really wonderful. The next hotel would be the Affinia in Chicago, and this was located at 166 East Superior Street, and it was right in the heart of the Magnificent Mile shopping district, and 1 block to the lake and 1 block to a park. And it was really far and away my favorite hotel and my favorite hotel room. The room was so much more like a studio. And to the point where I called down and I said, does this room have a special name? Is it a junior suite? What? It's really special. And what do you call it, so that when I tell people? And she said, oh, no, that's just a guest room. You stepped in and you were in this little foyer that had a desk area set up. You stepped down 2 steps, so it was a multi-level room, into an L-shaped room. And the long part of the L was the living room. So you had a full-size sofa and coffee table and a big flat-screen TV that you could see all of that from the office area up on the foyer area. And then the short part of the L was all windows and a gorgeous bed. And the TV moved so that you could see the TV from bed, or you could see the TV from your office area or the living room area. And it was just not your square, basic hotel room. It really felt more like, it didn't have a kitchen or anything, but it really felt more like a little studio apartment. And I just loved it. The spaces, the common spaces in the hotel were stunning, really very sleek and white marble and stainless steel and really, really gorgeous and modern. And then the room itself was really, really cozy. I mean, I love a hotel that thinks enough about their guest comfort to put a little throw on the end of the bed. I always think that is such a great touch, because you can sit on the couch wrapped up in this little throw, or you can sit on the bed or in while you're working at the office. It just gives you that comfortable, cozy feeling. And they do that at the Affinia. There's also 2 great restaurants on site. They are not pet friendly, but they're really kind of fun. One is downstairs off the lobby, and then the other one is a rooftop bar. So if you have a pet that's comfortable being in the room alone, you could go up to the rooftop deck, and really it's great views and a lot of fun, and it's got a very hip and very cool vibe. And so that's fun. The Affinia has a size restriction of 0 to 60 pounds. They're really happier around 40 pounds for the pet, but they offer a wonderful, wonderful pet welcome package. They even go so far as to provide your pet with his own towel, which really comes in handy. It came in handy more than once for us, and it's the first time anyone's ever given us it, because you feel bad using the really nice, gorgeous bathroom towels to rub down the dog, or if you have to clean something up. And this was a great towel for that. And it's the first time any hotel has really thought it through enough to give you your own towel. A welcome pack with toys and treats and food and water bowls and a mat. It was really a well thought out program. And as I mentioned, the Affinia was my favorite, absolutely my favorite on all counts, for the hotel itself, for the room, for the pet-friendly accommodations, for the pet welcome amenity. We gave it 4 paws up. It was a great, great hotel, and I would highly recommend staying there. And then probably my number 2 was the Kimpton Allegro. I just loved the common spaces. And again, it was probably 3 blocks from Millennium Park, which is this great outdoor waterfront park on Lake Michigan. My favorite store was, and it was a really cute pet boutique, but I think I like it because of the name. The name is Barker and Miowski, and their tagline is a paw firm. So instead of a law firm, it's a paw firm. And they are located at 1003 West Armitage Road in Chicago, and it's www.barker, ANDMEOWSKY. I just thought it was so cute and so clever. And on top of that, they had great things. So I would check them out. There were quite a few pet-friendly and pet specialty boutiques that you could check out. And we've listed them all on the Canine Concierge pages of PAW, Pet Friendly Accommodations Worldwide, on our website, which is www.luxurypaw.com. Click on the Canine Concierge tab and then choose a city. So in this case, choose Chicago, and it will, tell you all of the great shops and the restaurants and activities, as I mentioned in the very beginning, the cruises that are pet friendly and the horse and carriage rides that are pet friendly, and all of the pet boutiques, Barker, Miowski, Tales in the City, Red Dog House, Pooch Chicago is a deluxe doggy daycare, and so a lot of resources for pet owners and pet travelers. One of the great resources we discovered, and we discovered this when we were in New York as well, is a pet taxi. It's very hard to flag down a taxi in a city if you've got a dog with you, especially a big dog. And so Paws Around Chicago Pet Taxi is area code 415-386-2534. And not only is it great for getting you and the pet from point A to point B when you're traveling, but it's also if you have a meeting that's not pet friendly or an event, like a wedding that you're going to that is not pet friendly, and you need to get your pet from the hotel to the pet daycare or to the groomers or wherever it is you need to get your pet. Of course, you don't have a car because it's in the city. You don't need a car and you're walking everywhere. The Paws Around Chicago Pet Taxi is a great way to get around the city. And they'll come right to the hotel and pick you up or just pick up the pet and transport the pet. So that's really great. One of the really fun things we did, I'm a great people watcher. I love to do that. And we went down to Navy Pier which is this big outdoor area where leashed pets are welcome. Please bring appropriate cleanup materials. They really are very stringent about that. It's 50 plus acres of parks and walking paths and shops and restaurants and gardens, and it's right on Lake Michigan, and that's where most of the pet-friendly cruises are located. None of the restaurants there, even though they are outside dining, none of the restaurants allowed Beau to sit outside and dine with me. So it's really not a great place to go and grab a bite unless you want to kind of do it on the move. But it is a great place to go for a walk. It's a wonderful, wonderful spot. And I would say probably there were two really great dog parks. My favorite one we absolutely stumbled upon. It was not part of the plan. I was lost. I'll tell the truth. I was lost. And we ended up in a little area called Lakeshore East, which there's, several different areas in Chicago, the Western Loop, the Eastern Loop, right downtown. And this Lakeshore East is right on Lake Michigan, and it's new construction of combination residential and commercial high-rise buildings, and some condos, some apartments. And this developer who is doing this project took 5 acres in the middle of this circular development and turned it into parkland for all of the residents to use. And it is just beautiful, absolutely manicured fountains and lawn areas and a big fenced-in playground for kids, and a really nicely sized dog run, all fenced in with AstroTurf and a big fountain that Beau decided he would swim in instead of drink out of, but a great, great location. It's a little bit off the beaten path, and I give very specific directions on Luxury Pond, the Canine Concierge page, on how to get there. And we went there several times, and it was really wonderful, and the people were great, and I highly recommend the dog park at Lakeshore East. And I haven't seen it listed anywhere online in any literature about Chicago, so I think it's fairly new and a great secret. So check that one out. And then the other park is Grant Park Bark Park. And Grant Park is this really large, beautiful park. It's got tennis courts and baseball fields, and it just goes on forever. And there's a great fenced-in dog area, and it is not easy to find. We drove around once, couldn't find it, went back another day. Really, the directions that had been published were not very good. And so I go into great detail on the website about how to get there. But it's a great fenced-in dog park. It's long and thin, all gravel, and it's got a little wall that you can sit on and, throw the ball. It's located off of Michigan Avenue between 11th and Columbus Drive in Chicago. And that's probably the best description. If you are on Columbus Drive and the tennis courts are on your right, you want to pass the tennis courts and take a right onto Roosevelt Road, and that will cross you over the train tracks, over a bridge, and proceed to the light after the bridge and turn right again. Now you're on Michigan Avenue. And park somewhere up on the side streets to the left. 8th Street or 9th Street is best. And walk back to the park and follow the path at 11th Street, straight up the stairs, over the bridge, back toward Columbus Drive. And once you cross the bridge, take your first path on the left, and the dog park runs parallel to the train tracks. It's worth the trek. It was great. The people were really great. The dogs were really fun. And it is a great spot right there in Grant Park, and which is really fairly close to the city. It's about a block and a half from the lake, but just 2 or 3 blocks from the Hard Rock and the Kimpton Allegro and the Monaco. So the location is great. Those are the things that we discovered in Chicago. I hope we have motivated you to reserve a plane ticket and make a list of great things to do in Chicago. It was very pet-friendly and really a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you to our sponsors for making the show possible. Please tune in next week when we will be talking about our adventures in Denver and Vail and Aspen. So I'm really looking forward to that. We are headed to Denver on Tuesday. So take care until next time, and thank you for tuning in.
Attention passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, put your seat bags and sleeping pets in their full upright position, and prepare for takeoff. Pet Life Radio presents Travel Tales, the show where you'll get great travel ideas on perfect places for you and your pet. From Paris to paradise, south of the border to the South Seas, Travel Tales will give you cool tips on fun vacation destinations to travel with your pet, pet-friendly hotels, and advice on how to travel safely and happily with your furry best friends. So get ready to pack the bags and the bones with Travel Tales every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.